Other interesting political news, you have Mercedes-Benz workers voting no to the UAW. And some might argue, why is this political partnership? Well, the UAW is one of the largest lobbying groups for politics, and 99% of their funds go to Democrats. And yeah, they're pretty influential. There are millions of people who are part of the program or part of the union, and they are most famously known for making vehicles for General Motors, Ford, as well as Chrysler. Yeah, not working out. Yeah, interestingly enough, the vehicles aren't the best reliability. And Ford keeps having trucks with mismatched headlights and mismatched seats, but never mind, it's totally coincidence, I'm sure. But again, they found a lot. They found a lot of money in politics, and their endorsements matter. I mean, the UAW officially endorsed Joe Biden for the for president in 2020 was the 2024 election this year. A lot of people are going to vote based on just their endorsement. Now, going back to the article on LinkedIn News, they say specifically, they note that workers at a Mercedes-Benz plant in Alabama voted against joining the United Auto Workers Union with a 56% vote opposed to the move, according to the National Labor Relations Board. The vote is a setback to the UAW after they secured contracts with GM, Ford, and Stellantis in October, which Stellantis, again, they went bankrupt so bad, Chrysler, in 2009, partially because of the union cost. They actually ended up being bought by Fiat over in Europe, and the new parent company is all called Stellantis. Stellantis, if you feel so inclined to make it fancy. And yeah, they have a record contract. It is now the most expensive labor, and it's definitely not great for consumers. And interesting enough, they turned it down, probably because they know that means less jobs, and in the long run, less money. It's also one of the most hilariously ironic things that unions overwhelmingly voted for people who are outlawing the cars that they make. The UAW actually helped politicians get into office, such as Biden, and they're making ICE cars or ICE engines illegal with de facto tailpipe bans and emission bans. They have to make EVs, which will mean less rudimentary labor and more skilled labor like software engineering and things that UAW is not known for. Like, you can't just sit around and do nothing for 8 hours like some of those members may or may not do. I mean, totally not. It's a joke because, yeah, some of them do. I had family management as well as frontline participating with companies such as General Motors and assembly in the office. So I've heard a lot of stories about, getting paid to do very little. But interesting enough, they said no, so that means a little less funding. You'll have to spend a little bit less for those types of Mercedes vehicles because, again, it's not unionized labor. And when you buy the vehicle, part of the money is going to be going to control and vote for certain politicians. So very interesting. We'll see how much they just try to push for yet another vote, and they just keep doing it again and again and again until they get their way. And then, interesting enough, would you actually buy or not buy a vehicle just on the fact alone that is made by the UAW? As always, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.